with Monday Night Raw on the second show after WrestleMania. And we are going to go straight into the pre-show, because what I've done again is I've basically called up all of the regens that I've signed and such, and we're going to see if we can build any of them up. We can see performance improvements on Pascali. I gave Rage Inc. the victory, which is Barry Griffiths, which I'm just calling Griffiths now, and Ryback. You know, Alex Riley is on the main card and he defeats Cody Hall. And we gave the Enemy of the State a nice victory over a couple of others, and they have good chemistry, which is excellent. This is the point. I'm going to try and mix them up to see if any of them could become a tag team. If I can, I'd like to do it properly. So my feeling is sort of an Edge and Christian Hardy Boys type of thing, where they kind of have to start at the very bottom, and their tag team respect, then their mid card, and then eventually become world champions. This is the plan. I just need to see if any of them are great tag teams or not, but we have to give Enemy of the State a victory. We then give Biff Busick a victory over Adam Page. Put that to there. And then System X, another team we're trying to build slowly and surely. We know it's taking a while. They pick up a victory again. Pete Dunne improves. That's good. We want that to happen. They're a bit behind where I need them to be. Angelo Dawkins got the victory he needed. I know all these match ratings are terrible, but this is what you're going to have to go for, right? And we did a 5-on-5 where we had Baron Corbin, Axel, Pentagon Jr., Heath Slater, and Eric Rollins picking up a victory over another host of them, and Reed Bentley and Robert Snide. Two guys are brought in. You can see Morel Riley is already into the 20s, which is really good to see. They all probably got negative crowd reaction. Not as many as I thought they would. It's not too important, it's just pre-show. Nearly a 50 left, that's not too bad. And then we gave Luke Harper a dominating victory over Harold Big, who did improve as well, so that's good. So we're going to go straight into the main show, and there's some surprises to happen through this show. We come out with Seth Rollins. He's demanding that he gets his title match against Roman Reigns tonight before Brock Lesnar gets involved in any of this mix. And Triple H, he comes out and says, Seth, you have this match. If you have become champion, and you will face Brock Lesnar one-on-one, or you lose and you will pay the consequences. And Seth just sort of laughs, and you think I'm going to lose to Roman? Every time I've faced him, I've beaten him. Why should I worry about him? He didn't even beat me at WrestleMania. He beat that other mug, Dean Ambrose. I'm the champ. I'm undefeated. I will go and retain my title tonight in the main event. So we made that the main event. So we're keeping that going. So I think the show's going to be slowish, I feel. I know that looks like a really great start, but the Bucks beat American Alpha. Problem is the Bucks are so good they could probably be main eventers, like performance-wise. I only say that because there's a lot of just filling in a few odd matches here and there, because there's a big announcement to come through the show. We don't have Enzo and Kaz come out, and they cut a promo on the Bucks. Then you sent us a message. We heard it. Not sure if you're ready for our titles yet, though, boys. You need to prove it. Bit of a teaser, that one. Because we're going with R-Truth as a face, yes, we're going to give him a little bit of a push. Not the smartest idea I've had, shall we say. He is declining physical ability, but he beat Bo Dallas. Not the biggest of victories, but it counts. And then Stephanie comes out and says next week will be our truth. Carlito, Heath Slater and Alex Riley. The winner will go on to face Jahinder Mahal. That's what we're going with. That's been booked already. We then gave Apollo Crews a victory over Del Rio. I just don't seem to click with Del Rio. His character, throughout his whole WWE stint, has been a character I have not really liked. At the moment, he's just sort of crashing down the card for me. He was a good worker, so he may get more chances. We then hear all why Titus O'Neil beat up Darren Young last week, and it's all about how Darren Young let the team down. We wanted to be the greatest tag team, but now it looks like I'm going to have to be the greatest singles competitor ever. So yeah, we've kind of had this in real life with Titus O'Neil, but we're doing it again. And he comes out and he defeats Rocky Romero. It was probably the only guy I had left that I could really give this sort of defeat to. We move on to the highlight reel with Chris Jericho hosting. Again, I'm trying to keep him off matches because of his injury and the fact that he is actually leaving in a couple months' time. He interviewing The Miz and Dolph Ziggler about their upcoming match. So we're going to have The Miz, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, I think it's fair enough, that match. It should work. They're good guys together. So we're going to stick with that. Jericho also announces that, yeah, you two are going to be great, but I think we need a change for this Intercontinental Championship. So the winner of your two match will face the winner of this 32-man tournament that will kick off next week on Monday Night Raw at the pay-per-view after Vengeance. So the reality is we have 6 shows plus a pay-per-view to put some of these matches on, and hopefully we'll have a new number one contender by the time we get to that pay-per-view, which I can't remember what it is. It will be Backlash, so we've got till the second week of June, so we've got nearly 2 months to set this one. I will be looking to do that random select draw after the show. The Usos defeat Crime Time. Not the greatest of matches really, but just trying to push the Usos. And the Usos call out the Bucks and say, you want a tag team title shot? We want another tag team title shot. Next week, let's face each other. Winner faces FIGs. So that actually saw was really pre-booked in. Nice segment there. Roderick Strong picks up a victory over Rich Swann. Rich Swann ended up on Raw. I like to give Roderick some continued wins. We then have Bray Wyatt coming out and telling Kevin Owens he can have one more shot at his championship. But after that, there is no more KO time. I will find my next victim to maintain this title run, and only the Bray Wyatt fashion can do. So I've already decided to give Kevin Owens the one-on-one match, because he wanted it after WrestleMania, after winning the Rumble, the Raw Rumble. He never got a singles title match. So we're going to go with it now. And just to put it together, we gave Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt a match against Kevin Owens and Big E. Kevin Owens picked up the win over Daniel Bryan when Dean Ambrose distracted Daniel Bryan. This is going to pay off to another match setting up for Vengeance. I will show when we reveal all. We then get a hype package looking at Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns about how Seth won the title and Reigns has been chasing, and then how Reigns finally beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Now it's their rematch. And we get a 91. Brilliant. We needed that. Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins again with a spear. Everything's great in this match. They lack psychology, but they still got a 91, so I don't really understand. Penalised for chemistry motivation. Well, I'm not sure what that means, but never mind. And after Seth Rollins, Triple H comes out, and he looks at Seth and says, You told me you would win, Seth. I thought you were the future. Turns out I need to go back to the past. And Randy Orton turns around and hits Seth with an RKO. And then Triple H continues his way down to the ring. And he goes, You know what, Seth? You're just like Samoa Joe. We don't need you. We don't want you. Get out of my authority. So we've kind of dumped Seth Rollins. And we're going to turn Seth Rollins face. Yes, I know it's been done before and kind of what happened in real life. But I wanted to see Randy Orton back up in Triple H. We're going to end the show and hope that we made a mid-80s. We got an 18.9. That's probably my best ever show. That is fantastic to have. So we're going to head back to the news screen, but we may not be looking at anything else there because I have a signing which I want a surprise return for. Okay, we are back to the main screen and we can see The Rock has gone back to movies. Yeah, well, I haven't really been using him. He left me a couple of months ago, so I'm not devastated. Otherwise, not too much. Mark Briscoe has decided to go and open up to try new areas, which is weird, but he's on like a 3-year deal, so I don't expect him to go anywhere. I have checked the details, so nothing else should be getting spoiled. As we look at creative, the Who's Hot, Owens, Corbin off Raw, Who's Not. We're trying to move these two off the list slowly. Not too much going on there. We have the Legends versus Legends, which has Seth and Orton in it. I want to just have their own little storyline. The end of the players is fine. The future IC isn't going to have everybody in it, but my so-called main contenders, but I may make some surprise additions to that. The main Intercontinental one, I'm keeping Kofi and Baron in it for now. I will see how the draw comes out. This one, not too important. Nothing really happened in the show. The TV title, you know where that's going. A nice little 91 for that, so we're going to actually take Seth Rollins out of there. That shouldn't have that title anymore. They're not in the world title picture. We are going to take the Seth Rollins out of here and make him a main player in this. So all the storylines are going really well. And we're going to look to try and do this draw now. So let's just head to my random name selector. So we have all of the names on here. And we're going to start spinning away. Let's see who we get. There's so many people on here, this may take longer than it needs to. Now, if it doesn't all get watched to the end, we'll understand why. So the first name to come out is slowly going to be the first name. No, it's not. We are having Rocky Romero. So we remove him from that, and we'll head back to it. As you can see, this is going to be the main. Look, this will become bigger as we get to that stage. Let's face it, we don't need to worry about it yet. But let's continue this draw. There's plenty of interesting names to this draw, so it could go. We could have big names one-on-one first round, and that also helps me with trying to find some extra storylines for Raw. That's what I kind of hope. As you can see, we've got people who are involved in all sorts of rivalries here. I put Kurt Angle in there just because I wanted a big name. I put the TV champ in there because I felt we should have had somebody of that reputation. So pick number 2 is going to be Heath Slater. That's another interesting pick. So we'll have Rocky Romero versus Heath Slater. So that won't be happening next week, sadly, because Heath Slater is in the qualifying match for the TV title. So we can do these matches as randomly as we want, as long as they go round by round. It should all be good. Using this was how I also did the draft, to split out the roster a bit more. This one's a bit more worrying because Titus is injured. He's going to just sneak past and go for Titus O'Neill. So we'll have Titus next. That's another nice pick. So as I said, we said that this is not always going to mean we're going to have all the best. So we can get a few surprises in this game quite deep into the tournament. I think this could help just get a few more people to our next level. It's the only way I've really got to think about bringing like Pentagon Jr. or Rich Swann into the main picture too. So, if you're going to have a guess, you can start picking who you think are going to be your favourites for this, and who you think is definitely not going to win it. I think some people are more obvious than others. So now we have Justin Gabriel, another good pick. And we're going to just set that to spin while I add him in, because it takes a while to get round. I know some of these are going to be heels against heels, but we're just going to have to deal with that. All sorts can happen in those sort of matches. We could look to turn people last minute. I know we've had a few face turns, heel turns happening recently. But still, you know what we're like. We like to change things up, like the WWE. And are we going to just get Lance Rush or that Xavier Woods photo? So the next up is Xavier Woods. Let's add in Xavier Woods and return to the main match. Let's see, who will Xavier Woods face? Will it be his old teammate Kofi Kingston? They are still together in the faction, but will it be Kofi? Or will it be somebody he could beat, maybe? Will we look like we're going to fall on something like Del Rio, Big Cass here? We're going to stick on Alex Riley? We are going to end up with Alex Riley or Xavier Woods. This is the only thing that's been a bit disappointing with the random is had 2 faces, 2 heels, 2 faces. And let's see if we can get a bit of a mix now. Let's see. As I said, this could be used to give someone a real good push. So like, for example, with like Dalton Castle, we've got a couple of people who are never in contention to win. It gives him 2 more big TV victories, which I think would be needed. Then if you have someone like Chahinder in there who is a champ, you can just cost him a title, or cost him a match, and let someone else go over on him. So we've got Chahinder. He's next. So the way this draw's going, we're getting another heel now. Let's see, which heel do we get? I don't mind Luke Harper. I think he deserves a bit of a push. And I thought Rollins in there, so a bit of a surprise one. We're just looking at heels. We want face really, don't we? So this isn't going to make it to like Biff Busick, is it? It's going to give us Curtis Axel, which isn't great, but it'll have to do. Yep, this is the benefits or the drawbacks of doing it randomly. I feel we needed to just, if I pick names, we end up with the same sort of matches. I like the idea of it being completely random because that's nearly 1/2 of the draw, or 1/4 of the draw done, and there isn't a real standout in that, so that's somebody getting to the last 4 that you wouldn't have expected. Am I going to go with Bo Dallas here? Looks like we are, so Bo Dallas. I think he's a heel. Pretty sure he's a heel. starting the next round. If we could spell his name correctly, that would be a bit more helpful. We would like a face this time. Surely we can get a face. Maybe like a... It looks like we may end up with Roderick. We're going to just fall onto Rich Swan. Rich Swan then. So that's, again, hill. There's probably more hills on here. That's probably what the problem is. But I also got to remember to try and put a couple of these on each show, so we can really get going into this little rivalry idea. So who will be next? Let's hope for somebody big, because at the moment I'm getting worried that I'm going to have who I would like to be the main contenders all falling into the same bracket. So this could be a full-blown twist on who will be the next number one contender. I was tempted to do just 16 and do it after Vengeance. I feel if I do it now, I give a lot more exposure to these guys, which I think is fair for them. We have Biff Busick, and that's a face. So here comes the next face then. Who do we think we'll get? We'll get something like Roderick, or will we get like Pete Dunne or Tyler Bate? We're a bit too far away from that. Oh, we're looking at Eric Rowan, are we, or Darren Young? We're going to get Rowan here. Well, finally, a face versus a hill. Not the most interesting of matches, shall we say. Let's see. I don't actually know who's going to be close to winning this half of the matches. I don't see a strong contender. Or do we now? We have Baron Corbin. Just who we needed to see appear, someone big on the side of this. Baron Corbin. If you look at that side, those ones, who of them is going to really, someone's got to make it to the final four of that lot. I have a few ideas. We could push people, and on this side, Baron would be the favourite, I would say, at the moment. And he is facing Apollo Crews, renewing their rivalry from way back when we actually had men on the SmackDown roster, which is good to see. Apollo ended up going to Shockwave, but didn't really make a few title matches, but never really was that over on there. Couldn't quite use him as I would like to have. And are we going to get Dalton Castle now? Just about. Dalton Castle is joining the left-hand bracket. And will the final member of this side be revealed to be somebody huge, or somebody I could let Dalton Castle get a victory over? That is going to be the big question here. Because I feel he could lose, could be a surprise package. And if it's Dunne or Bate, that is a chance. We're going to get Tyler Bate by the looks of it. Yep, just Tyler Bate. I'm glad that they're both on separate sides. I didn't want that tag team facing each other in this. Now we're on this side, and we'll see if we get. And if you look at what we've got left, we've got like a Del Rio, Strong, Half Angle, Kofi, Morrison, Lethal, Swag. We've got the bigger names on this side. So first out is your former World Heavyweight Champion, Kofi Kingston, and he will be facing. Who he will face. I feel there's a lot of faces and things in there. That's Phil. He will face Alberto Del Rio. That's a big first round match. So this has opened up the door to a real big rivalry between those two. I wanted to go for it. Yep, there's They're both capable of being the main contender of this list, what's left. And then we get Anglo Dawkins, pretty much in the middle there. A nice pick, because it's not a contender people would consider going for. He's actually only on the main card because he moaned a lot. And I think I renewed him just to be a jobber. So, huge opportunity for the young man. He will be facing Pentagon Jr. Now this really is one of the wild card entries, you know, because he has only just come to the show. I don't really know how well we're going to push him yet. Next up is John Morrison or John Morrison? This top half is becoming the side to watch out for. And we must be getting worried who we're going to end up with here. It's Luke Harper. Big name coming out now. He could easily be the guy to end all of this. And moving on to the next name, perhaps looks like we're going to get. I think we're going to Pete Dunne. So we get Pete Dunne next. With the final 9 left, Pete Dunne is going to face Jay Lethal. It's a very good pick. I need to start using Jay Lethal better in this game. So badly. And the next one is going to be Ty Dillinger, as long as he is recovered in time. He's going to have a couple of weeks before he is ready to come back to the show. Maybe in one of the very last matches of the first round, or even with some of the second round in play. I picked Lance Rush over Alex Pack because he's slightly more over, and I think that's what was needed for this. And look at these 6 names there. Legend Kurt Angle versus Roderick Strong first round. We've got Jack Swagger first. And if he plays his coach, as we call him, Kurt Angle, that was what he faced. Darren Young. These are all faces, by the way, apart from Ryback. So, this side is all face value. We have Ryback. I feel like I need to fix this so we don't have Roderick versus Angle first round. This feels more. Oh, come on. No, Big Cat. We don't need to do the last 2, really. So we have Big Cat versus Kurt Angle versus Roderick Strong. Now these matches are going to start taking place over the next few weeks. And the winner will become the new #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. I think we've got a nice mix of talent. It's a good way to show that we have way too many superstars on the show, because there was 2 main eventers on here, I think, and that's Del Rio, 3 was Kofi. Del Rio, Kofi, and you can say Kurt Angle. Otherwise, we're a bit out of control on here. So we'll just pop back to this. Sorry about that, I forgot to adjust the size of the camera. But we will end the show, and we're going to put all these matches in. We'll be back next time with SmackDown, so we can see how we're going to build up that big title match for a couple of weeks. Thank you for watching.